Welcome back to the top 5 things every ESL teacher should know about teaching conversation. In today's video, we are going to look at how we structure talk for specific purposes. Let's get started. Hello, my name is Susan Shostak, and this is Cookies on the Bottom Shelf, Making the Complex Simple. Much of our spoken communication exists to accomplish a task. Some of the specific purposes accomplished in talk include agreeing with another person's talk, making an announcement, apologizing, making an offer, or telling a story. However, talk for specific purposes has potential for embarrassment, as we see in this example. Vanessa assumed that Sarah would want to join her birthday party, so Sarah's refusal creates kind of an awkward moment where she feels uncomfortable saying no. Talk for specific purposes is often structured in such a way to prevent embarrassing or awkward communication. Our students need to know that in English, we use more words in our talk to be more polite. We use the past tense to be more polite. Those things are important and are often found in grammar textbooks. What is not in many textbooks is the need for a preface before some of the talk for specific purposes. A preface is a tiny bit of talk that introduces the purpose, like in this example with Vanessa and Sarah. If she started sharing her good news and then Sarah had to say, "Oh, sorry, can't talk right now," Vanessa would be embarrassed and it would diminish the impact of her news. In this example, Vanessa's preface gives Sarah the opportunity to politely decline the conversation. Vanessa is seen as respectful. Sarah is seen as polite. They can come back later and have the conversation with no problem. The graph here can be shared with students to help explain the situations that require a preface. This is another wonderful opportunity for comparing and contrasting conversation norms across cultures. In English conversation, the more distance there is between two people, such as a boss and their employee, and the more serious or weighty the request, like complaining about a recent event or asking to borrow money, the greater the need for a preface of some kind before launching into the purpose talk. As you can see from this slide, most talk for specific purposes can benefit from a preface. Offers end up on both lists. That's because offers can be refused. Essentially, if there is any chance of rejection, a preface is usually included. Even with compliments, a person might say something like, "I hope you don't mind, but I think you're beautiful." These topics make for really interesting and engaging ESL classes. Students feel like they are getting the inside scoop on how to do English like a native speaker. So it depends on the purpose, right? There's usually 3 parts that need to be taught. The preface, as you see here on the screen, highlighted in yellow. The purpose, which in this case is a disagreement, and is highlighted in blue. And the response, here it's highlighted in pink. In this example, we have 4 parts. The preface, in the form of a question, is highlighted in yellow. The green light response from Sarah is highlighted in green. If Sarah had said, "Yeah, we're going downtown for first night this year," the rest of the conversation would look very different. In this case, the invitation is issued and the conditional response is given. Each purpose has subtle differences. So when teaching talk for specific purposes, it's best to tackle each purpose separately to give students the best possible chance of absorbing this important content. Here's another example with a request. And the last example is storytelling. The preface does the job of announcing that a story is coming. This lets people know that the speaker needs extra time for their turn at talk, making it easier for the speaker to hold the floor. Notice that the responses for storytelling perform the function of showing an active listener. This is an easy and fun conversation to practice in the ESL classroom. When teaching talk for specific purposes, be sure to teach all three parts: the preface, the speech act, and the response. Join me next time when we will look at the last of our top 5 most important things to teach ESL students about conversation: nonverbal communication.